Hi, my name is Ziyang Wu, and I'm one of the 2020 New York City artists in residence at Residency Unlimited. I was born and raised in Xuzhou, China, a city with over 2,600 years of history. I did my BFA at Florence Academy of Fine Arts in Italy and my MFA at Rhode Island School of Design. I moved to New York in 2018 after several years of teaching at Minneapolis College of Art and Design. I'm currently teaching at a School of Visual Arts, and I'm a member of the Experiment on Art and Technology track at New Inc., New Museum. My recent practices examine how the virtual world, data, and algorithm as invisible forces ubiquitously microalienates and reconstructs human in a highly globalized post-internet society, focusing on topics such as trade war 5G networks, social credit system, Black Mirror reality, filter bubble, and algorithm bias. I translate these ideas through video, augmented reality, performance, social practice, artificial intelligence simulation, and interactive video installation. Today, I'm going to talk about my most recent project titled A Woman with the Technology. The project examines how the internet algorithm personalize an individual's online experience and create a filter bubble, a situation in which an internet user encounters only information and opinions that conform to and reinforce their own beliefs in the form of social practice, archive, AI generated simulation, and new media installations. The project started from a 3 month daily recording of my online presence. A series of keywords that are closely related to my daily focus are selected and used as initial input on various media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The keywords include censorship, surveillance, alienation, absurdity, neocolonialism, post-truth, trade war, Asian experience, 5G, artificial intelligence, mixed reality, K-pop, identity, among others, which basically represent the individual existence of myself. I log into these media every day and give likes, leave comments on the posts and videos I'm interested in. The daily researching experience are screen recorded and organized. If we look at the image here on the left on March 27, I searched these 14 keywords, and for example, the word neocolonialism, I end up watching this YouTube video that I was recommended. And then on the right part in this Word file are the captions from Facebook and Instagram, and also the subtitles or the auto-generated subtitles from the YouTube videos that I watched within one day. And I have like 90 days of these. The second part of the project is Archive, which presents how the internet algorithm affects the frequency changes of the keywords and their related data and images in the form of sketches, diagrams, and Excel forms. By inserting all the collected data, captions, and subtitles in a data analysis software, I created this Excel form. This is an example from day 1 to day 10. If we look at the top left corner, on day 1, for example, the word that appeared the most time is the word China, which appeared 70 times. The words that are highlighted yellow are the nouns, which conveys specific information and were used to create the diagrams later, whereas other verbs, adjectives, and adverbs are not highlighted. It was a quite labor-intensive process, but somehow it also feels very meditative. This is an example of day two's diagram that were created after that. Basically, the bigger the bubble is, the higher frequency it has on that day. And these are examples of the archive from day 2 to day 5 and the diagrams. And once again, there are 90 of these. I also made several diagrams showing the top 50 keywords over the 90 days period, which are essentially my filter bubbles. The horizontal line is a date and the vertical line is a frequency. If you look at the close-up shot on the left, the keywords are technology, data, power, simulation, Chinese, Taiwan, future, and so on. I thought this diagram also looks like an abstract expressionism painting. Another diagram, which is basically the same idea on the top of the top 50 keywords. The inner circle is the keyword and the outer circle are the dates. This one I thought looks like a Damien Hirst spinning painting. Another diagram. This one is more related to the visuals of the actual filter bubbles. During the time when I was working on this project, I took a workshop by a friend of mine at Columbia University, which was to teach you how to make your first AI chatbot like your own Siri or Alexa. After the workshop, I was like, I do have a huge archive and could be used as training data to train an AI chatbot. By having a conversation with them, maybe I could create something very interesting. While at the same time, I realized I was missing one kind of data, which is what is going on in the images and the videos, in addition to the captions and subtitles. So I collaborated with artist and creative technologist Yang Wang, who created a dense caption image detection application that could detect the information in the images and videos. This image is an example. It detected the signs on the wall, the word Huawei, the word fox, a woman is smelling, and so on. As we were applying the image detection application on the videos, I also decided to make a 3-channel video to show the top 50 keywords in a video format and try to find these keywords, how these keywords are interconnected through a nonlinear narrative. Here's a 5-minute excerpt. The full video is 18 minutes and 25 seconds.
Coast of Japan.
Japanese food. I've never had burritos in Japan before.
Seen Japanese women posing as Latinas. Ayaka transforms her face to look like a Chicana. Power she saw in Chicanas from 90s movie.
Chicano identity, the Chicano movement.
Chicana culture, the Japanese communities.
Japanese people, the culture of Japan.
The original Japanese Chicanos.
Virtual romance, virtual character for lonely men, virtual companion, virtual wife, Japanese men, Japanese women, virtual boyfriends, virtual lovers, virtual reality. Japan, virtual companions,
Robots do every job going. Part of Japan, Robot Hotel.
Thank you, robot.
Japan, humanoid robots.
As robots continue to take over.
Robots.
Robot.
Found the robots awkward.
Japan, black people, Japanese TV.
Face in Japan. Came to Japan, Japanese.
In Japan, they don't know how to do black hair. Japanese version of Sesame Street in Japan.
Japan, a black dude living in Japan.
Japanese people, oh, black guy. Whoa, black guy, you know?
Japanese slang, Japan, manji manji. Japanese manji. 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 Hashtag manji.
Manji no manji.
Nachisu no. Nachisu.
Nachisu wa.
Nachisu. Manji.
Nachisu.
Nachisu wa. Japan, gay Japanese, the mainstream Japanese, LGBT Japanese. Gay no cup, gay no gay da. Gay no cup, gay LGBT no LGBT community.
LGBT, Japanese people, LGBT. As Japanese, LGBT, 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 LGBT community.
Taiwan is LGBT friendly. Taiwan's LGBT. Taiwan's president. Taiwan LGBT rights. Taiwan's image.
LGBTQ in Taiwan.
LGBT rights.
Taiwan's
LGBT. Taiwan LGBT rights.
being gay, gay men in China,
LGBT
gay men, gay social network China, Chinese audience, China, LGBT Chinese government's trust among gay men.
In China, Chinese gay rights, China, the gays in China, 70 million gays, China, many gay men.
Thailand, ladyboys, transgender women, ladyboys in Thailand.
Ladyboys.
The ladyboy. Thailand to a ladyboy.
Sex and gender.
Transgender people, trans woman is considered transphobic. Transgender rights.
Trans women, transgender females.
Transgender activists, trans women, trans men. Transgender kids, trans activists, transition, social transition, transphobic, transition, detransition, social transition, detransitioning.
Transgender ideology. Transgender narrative. Transgender, non-transgender.
Transgender athletes.
Transgender women.
Transgender trans person. Trans athlete.
Transphobic, transgender.
Transgender, transphobic.
Transgender women.
Transgender.
Trans movement, transracialism, transracial, transabled, trans species, trans ageism, the trans movement, trans aged, political correctness.
That's my problem with political correctness. Politically correct respect lacking for me in political correctness. So fake about about political correctness. Democracy, grassroots democracy, democratic, liberal democratic democracy, local democracy, communitarian democracy, liberal democratic, no democracy there.
Democratic Party from the Democrats.
Democracy. Democratic democracy.
Democratic nomination. Andrew Yang.
Democrats care about people like me. Democratic Party used to be
Democratic primary for president, Mr. Andrew Yang.
citizens in a democracy that I, Andrew Yang, can make this happen.
Andrew Yang, give him a hand.
2020 Democratic presidential hope, Andrew Yang.
9,000 Democrats. Democratic candidates. The Democrats. Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang.
Democrats. So many Democrats. Many Democratic votes. I'm Andrew Yang, Democrat in 2020.
Yang is all about, according to Yang's universal basic income. Andrew Yang knows Andrew Yang 2020.
I'm Andrew Yang. Democratic as a Democrat. Asian Americans do not care about Asian Americans. Asian Americans. It's time for that Asian American voters. Asian Americans vote for Asian Americans.
You're Asian being Asian for Asian people.
Asian.
Asian American. Talk about Asian male.
I don't talk about Asian because Asian success, Asian spectacular success, why Asians don't really play a role here against Asians.
Asian privilege, Asian privilege, rich Asian men for the benefit of Asians.
Asians. Why Asians? It's Asian with the Asian privilege.
Asian Americans, low income Asian Americans, wealthy Asians, Asian Americans, Asian American group, Asian American group, Asian Americans, Republican Asian American kids, Asian Americans, Asian American.
So in this 3-channel video, I try to present how these keywords are interconnected. For example, in this 5-minute excerpt, the keywords navigates or changes from Japan to LGBT, to transgender, to political correctness, to democracy, to Democrat candidates, to Andrew Yang, to Asian American, and so on. So, the final part of this project, after I successfully trained its AI chatbot, I thought maybe through our conversations we could create a script that I can make a video based on the AI generated script. So I went on Google, typed how to write a successful film script. I clicked the first link and it lists a series of questions that one should ask themselves to write a successful film script. So I asked my AI chatbot all these questions and put all the answers together as the final video script. So here, for example, if I read from the top, I ask, what is the title of your story? The answer was A Woman with a Technology. What is the name of your protagonist? Huawei. Describe your protagonist in 2 words. Socially creative VR gamer. What's your protagonist's daily routine? She was an Asian girl with a real living and can get a college. Or, for example, in a later question, what is the villain's name? Kokyo. Describe your villain in 2 words. A new American AI. A virtual reality of the transgender power. And then the question goes on and on. I think one that is more absurd here or quite interesting, if you look at the second question here in this page, fun and games, what happens to the protagonist in the new world? The answer was she saw truck drivers create a humorous image as a communist prince going to see the president's $1 million network. She overcomes the research of shooting different people in the Japanese prison in Beijing and protect Chinese milling self-driving 3D printed cars, and so on. And here is a 2-minute excerpt of the animated video based on the AI generated script. The full video is 9 minutes and 54 seconds. And here's an installation shot of the whole project that is currently shown at the Achuran Art Center in Shenzhen, China. So, for example, I print all the archives out and put them as floor print, and also have some of the top 50 keywords diagrams printed on the back of plexiglass and put on the wall. The final animated video presented on a assemblage of 4 80 inches LED screens. And also, I purchased 3 silver mannequins on Alibaba that I think visually looks like my the figures in my animated videos, but also make these like fake VR headsets that attach a small 7-inch LED screens on top. Okay, so that's it. So for more information, please visit my profile on RU's website and my website. Also, highly encouraged to follow RU on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which are all listed here. Thank you very much for watching.